Queens, Sam here. I hope that you're doing amazing. If I sound weird, I literally just sneezed before the recording started. Day 6 of the 30 in 30. And today I want to talk about three less known facts about credit cards. In my working with people, with Black women, I have come to realize that um, credit card debt is really the one that is the most difficult for people to handle, to stay away from, to pay down, to cut out. It's the most difficult because that plastic, it's so really available, and it's just so easy to use it when we don't have enough money to really cover our expenses, or when we wanted to splurge in something that really we shouldn't splurge on in. But anyway, so and then I realized that a lot of time, Black women, the people that I work with, don't realize all of the intricacies that come with using credit cards, and different things that are actually related to credit cards. I don't know if you guys, have noticed, but I'll say probably in the past, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so, now you have written on your statement how many years and days it's going to take you to pay off the credit card balance if you only pay the minimum payment. And that is if you don't use the credit card again, which is very unlikely. So now you can see, if you make the minimum payment, it's going to take you 12 years, 5 days, whatever, to pay it off. And so, though it's good to have it there, honestly, it means nothing, right? Because people are not going to stop using that credit card except, if somehow the company decides to take it back and just ask them to pay it down. It's unlikely, except if they put themselves on a repayment plan and really stop using the card. But today, I want to share with you three less known facts about credit cards that you may or may not know. And I will really encourage you, if there are any fact that you feel like people also don't know, put it in the comments below, and let's honestly help each other to stop paying those freaking interest rate that are ridiculous, honestly, like crazy on this credit card. So help a sister here. The first less known fact about credit card is that if you pay the minimum payment, it is good, definitely. That's the minimum, like it says, minimum payment. That's the minimum you should do to maintain status quo in terms of your payment history, your credit score, for you not to get in trouble with the company. That is the minimum that you should be paying, the minimum payment. But also realize that if you want to really reduce the balance of that credit card, you need to put more than the minimum payment. You need to put more, because in the minimum payment you're making, a good chunk of that is going to interest. It's going to interest. And so you may be paying, I don't know, as an example, $1,000 minimum payment, and I can guarantee you that at least half of it is going to interest. And so the quicker you're going to be paying more than the minimum payment, the faster that you're going to be seeing your balance reduced, and the less you'll be paying in terms of interest. Ideally, you want to pay off your balance every month, but if you cannot do that, then at least make sure to pay more than the minimum payment, which may help you also in terms of a credit score. May or may not, I'm not sure. The second thing about credit card that most people don't know is if you don't pay your entire balance before the due date, you get to pay interest on everything. So let's say that your statement balance, when you get your statement, is $5,000. So ideally, by the due date, you want to pay that entire $5,000. That's what is going to make sure that you don't pay any interest on the next statement. But let's say you only pay $4,500 of that $5,000. So for you, you're like, I paid $4,500, so they should ding me on the $500 for interest. And guess what? You will have to pay interest on the entire $5,000. So if you don't pay off your full balance by the due date, and even if you pay and you're missing $5, you will have to pay interest on the entire statement balance. Did you hear me? On the entire statement balance. This is something that this woman right here has lived. And I'm very diligent on paying my balance. But at one point on one of my credit cards, I didn't calculate it right. And I think I was missing maybe $100. And then I realized after the due date, and I'm like, it's fine. They're just gonna charge me interest on the $100. Come to find out on the next statement that my interest was way more than $100. So to me, it didn't make sense. Called them, spoke with them, and that's what they explained to me. They're like, Mom, if you don't pay your entire balance by the due date, and even if you're missing $5, you will have to pay interest on the entire statement balance. Did you hear that? Does that sound crazy to you? Because it sounded crazy to me. And listen, I had that reversed. I'm like, listen to my history. I always pay my balance. This is just an oversight, something that I totally did not look into. So I'll need you, please, pretty please, I need you to actually reverse that interest. And they did, because I'm a good customer. I mean, not to them, but they see that I use my credit card, I use it, and I paid it off. So I consider myself a good customer. Maybe they don't see me as a good customer, but listen, I have more chances of having my interest reversed because they know this is not like me at all than if I was someone who was getting interest charged every month. So by you also being diligent with your credit card like that, you build a history with the company. So when you need something and you pick up the phone, you call them, guess what? They want to keep you. They still want to keep you because they feel like at one point they're gonna get you, right? So they want to keep you. So they'll be nice to you. They'll reverse the interest. They will refund the fee. They refunded the fee, and that was a huge lesson for me. And a lot of people that I tell this for, they have their eyes open like this. They're like, what? Try it out. Try it out. Or even call them and ask them. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. So that's the second thing. The third thing is a lot of credit card company, they love, you know, offering you to transfer your balance at 0% for 6 months, for 9 months, and you only have to pay 2% of the balance or 3% of the balance. And you're like, yeah, this is amazing. It is. Honestly, in a nutshell, it is. Yeah, it is. If you have the money after the 6 months to pay everything off. Because if you don't pay everything off after the 6 months, same as number two here, you will get to pay interest on the whole thing for the whole time that you had the 0% interest. There is no free lunch here. Guys, they're not out here, trying to do good by us, right? We are customers. We are consumers for them. We consume. So you need to show them, thank you for the card. Thank you for the perks. Thank you for the benefits. And I'm going to use my card very responsibly. I'm never going to pay you any interest or very little because, life happens. So if you go for a promotion of a 0% transfer balance, make sure that when that promotion ends, that you can pay off everything in one shot, even before that promotion ends. So then you don't have to pay any interest for the time that you had the 0%. Because then what's the point? What's the point, right? So those are the three less known facts. There are other ones, but those are really the one that I see that most people don't know about. And we out here using those cards, and a lot of us not paying the balance at each due date and working hard to pay interest to corporations who don't need our money. They don't need our money, right? Okay, so there you have it. That was day 6. And yeah, so I got into credit cards. I don't know if I'll do another video on credit cards, but I really wanted to share this with you. Let me in the comments, what do you think about these 3 less known facts? And did you know them? Anything else that you want to share about credit cards? Like I say, help a sister. Come back tomorrow for day 7 of the 30 in 30. Until next time, keep on building love. Bye.